Do you ever feel like, no matter what you do, you just can't seem to get along with others? Like every time you try to connect, something goes wrong? Maybe you find yourself in situations where people treat you poorly for reasons you can't understand, or maybe you're just left feeling alone and invisible. It's like you're stuck in a cycle of rejection, no matter how hard you try to be kind or polite. If this sounds like you, you're not alone. Many people, especially during their teenage years, struggle with these feelings. But what if I told you there was a way out? That you could break free from this cycle of loneliness and negativity, and start building healthier, more meaningful relationships. Stay with me as we explore how to face this challenge head-on. It's completely normal to feel frustrated and even lost when dealing with social struggles, especially if you've been facing bullying or isolation for years. You might feel like you're constantly putting yourself out there, trying to be your best self, yet nothing changes. These feelings can be incredibly draining, and it's easy to believe that it's your fault, that there's something wrong with you. But the truth is, the way we connect with others is influenced by a wide range of factors, some of which are beyond our control. Today we're going to break down the emotional, psychological, and environmental causes behind these struggles, and then we'll explore real, actionable steps that you can take to start improving your social life and your mental well-being. Let's start by understanding why this happens. Why does it seem like you're being treated poorly or unable to fit in, no matter how hard you try? Emotional causes. The first thing to acknowledge is that emotions play a huge role in how we interact with others. If you've been bullied or isolated for years, the emotional impact can leave deep scars. Over time, these negative experiences can shape your self-esteem and make you doubt your worth. When you internalize the hurt from others, it's easy to start believing that something is wrong with you, that you're unworthy of love or friendship. This emotional burden can manifest as anxiety, self-doubt, and even anger, which can make it difficult to approach new social situations with confidence. Psychological causes. On a psychological level, our minds tend to hold on to negative experiences more than positive ones. This is a phenomenon called negativity bias. When you've been hurt repeatedly, your mind starts expecting the worst, and you begin to anticipate rejection even before you've tried. You might tell yourself, "I'm shy and introverted, so I'll never fit in." Or, "Every time I try, people just push me away." This can create a self-fulfilling prophecy, where you withdraw or act in ways that reinforce your fears. Another psychological factor to consider is social anxiety. Many introverted individuals find it challenging to interact with others in social settings, especially when they've been rejected before. The pressure to perform in social situations, the fear of judgment, and the constant worry about how you're being perceived can make you avoid socializing altogether. This isolation can then lead to deeper feelings of loneliness and self-isolation. Environmental causes. Finally, let's talk about the environment. The social world around you can heavily influence how you perceive yourself and your ability to connect with others. If you're in an environment where bullying, exclusion, or negativity are common, it's easy to internalize those behaviors as normal. The people around you, whether they're classmates, family members, or peers, play a significant role in shaping your social experiences. If you're surrounded by toxic relationships or if the environment doesn't encourage kindness, it can be incredibly difficult to form meaningful connections. Now that we understand some of the reasons behind social struggles, let's talk about practical steps you can take to break free from this cycle and start building the social life you deserve. First, focus on self-awareness and self-compassion. The first step to improving any social situation is to work on understanding yourself better. When you're feeling overwhelmed by negative emotions, it's easy to forget the strengths that make you unique. Spend some time reflecting on who you are, your values, and your strengths. This doesn't mean ignoring your flaws, but rather learning to accept them as part of your growth. One way to begin is by practicing self-compassion. Instead of criticizing yourself for every mistake or awkward moment, try treating yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend. For example, after a difficult social interaction, rather than thinking, "I messed up again," try saying to yourself, "It's okay. I can learn from this and I'm doing my best." Think of someone like Emma, a 17-year-old who struggled with social anxiety and bullying throughout high school. Emma began journaling about her thoughts and feelings, which helped her see patterns in her social struggles. She realized that her fear of rejection was often worse than the actual experience. By practicing self-compassion and reminding herself of her positive qualities, She gradually stopped allowing others' behavior to define her self-worth. Next, challenge negative thought patterns. As we discussed earlier, negativity bias and self-doubt can make it feel impossible to break free from loneliness. One powerful tool you can use is cognitive reframing. This means consciously challenging and changing the negative thoughts you have about yourself in social situations. Whenever you catch yourself thinking something like, "I'm too shy to make friends," challenge that thought by asking, "Is this really true? Have I ever been able to connect with someone?" You can also reframe situations that feel threatening. For example, instead of thinking, "I'll embarrass myself," try thinking, "I might feel uncomfortable, but I can handle it." Everyone feels nervous sometimes. John, a quiet high school student, often avoided group activities because he assumed he would be judged. One day he started practicing cognitive reframing by telling himself that no one was paying as much attention to him as he thought. Slowly he started joining conversations and engaging in group projects, realizing that people were much more understanding than he'd anticipated. Then, take small social risks. Improving your social life doesn't mean you have to make drastic changes overnight. Start by setting small, achievable goals in your social interactions. This could be as simple as greeting someone new in class, asking a peer about their weekend, or volunteering for a group activity. Each time you step out of your comfort zone, you'll gain more confidence and learn that social situations don't have to be as intimidating as they seem. Sophie had struggled with speaking in front of groups due to her fear of judgment. One day she set a small goal to ask a classmate for help with a math problem. The interaction went well, and Sophie gained confidence. Over time she gradually took on bigger social challenges, like joining study groups and participating in school clubs. These small steps helped her build social connections and find a sense of belonging. Also, find your tribe. It's important to remember that not everyone will treat you the way you deserve, and that's okay. Finding people who appreciate you for who you are takes time, but it's possible. Look for environments where kindness, support, and understanding are valued. This could be a hobby group, a volunteer organization, or an online community that aligns with your interests. David struggled to fit in at his school, but he loved playing chess. After joining a local chess club, he found people who shared his passion and respected him for his skills. It wasn't an instant fix, but over time David developed friendships based on shared interests and mutual respect. Finally, practice mindfulness and stress management. Social anxiety and stress can often be reduced through mindfulness techniques. These could include deep breathing exercises, meditation, or simply taking a few moments each day to ground yourself in the present. By managing your stress and calming your mind, you'll be able to approach social situations with more clarity and confidence. Sarah, who struggled with panic attacks before social events, began practicing mindfulness techniques. Before attending any social gathering, she would take 5 deep breaths, focus on the present moment, and remind herself that she could leave at any time if she felt uncomfortable. Over time, her anxiety lessened and she was able to enjoy socializing more. To wrap up, it's important to remember that your worth isn't defined by how others treat you. You can change your social situation, but it starts with changing the way you see yourself and approaching social situations with small steps of courage. Be kind to yourself, challenge your negative thoughts, take risks, and find people who lift you up. Now I want to encourage you to take action. Pick one of the steps we discussed today and apply it to your life this week. Start small. And remember, you don't have to do this alone. You've got the tools to improve your social life and mental well-being. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment below sharing your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe to Wise Valley for more tips on personal growth and self-improvement. You've got this, and I believe in you. End of video.